Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today with a Sunday special. We haven't done a Sunday special in a couple of weeks now, and I was kind of trying to wait until Fabi got back from Ecuador. So she's having a blast, man. Like, a lot of fun, tons of experiences. The last couple of days have been quite challenging for her, in the sense that so they start out with a lot of adventure, and then they do a couple of days where they link up with the families and they stay with an actual local family, and then they actually take on a project. They had to build something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was a bathroom for a woman that had to like travel an extreme amount of distance just to use the restroom. So that was actually a really generous thing, but the thing about it was that it's a lot of work, and there was not like any roads or anything that went up to the house. So she was telling me that she had to like do a lot of transport by hand, stones and bricks and stuff like that, and dirt and concrete, and I was like, oh my goodness. So she's been worn out for the last couple of days, but they were leaving the village that they were staying with, and they were going elsewhere. So I'm not exactly sure where she's at right now, but I'm sure I'll find out later on. But anyways, I want to get caught up on some of the questions that have been asked in the Discord server, and we're going to watch some of these replays from a very mismatched Clan War League endeavor. So this is day one in the Clan War Leagues, and our no dip league system 9, 10, 11, and 12 does not match up very well in this system at all. So the other side has a lot of 12s and 11s, and it's just been extremely bad in the sense of one-sidedness, and I just do not understand this system at all. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I've been back for a couple months now, and the Clan War League system, I just don't get it. Like, are we supposed to be all Town Hall 12s, or like, is there a way to clean this system up and actually make it an even matchup all the way through all 7 wars? I don't really know. Maybe somebody out there that's a viewer might be able to answer that question. I don't know. Drop it down in the comments below if you got suggestions or something. But anyways, we're going to play this 3-star attack by Furious Coder. I had a 3-star in this one as well, with an army that I'm going to talk about in a couple of days. Actually, I'll probably record that very soon, as a matter of fact. And let me go ahead and bring up some of these questions that I've been neglecting to answer for a couple weeks now. We're going to start out with a question that was asked almost a month ago, actually, by Kat about my intros. So over the last couple of years, so I started posting in 2016 all the way through 2017, and I've had multiple intros over that time frame. So I had about 6 or 7 intros. She's got like a collage going on here, so I'll see if I can play those in the background while I talk. But so I'm gonna have to say that my favorite is by far the one that I have right now. I love the intro that I have now. It's brilliantly made. It suits exactly what I want it to be, and it's not exactly very long. That ties up a lot of time. And that's the thing about intros, guys, is like, if you're inspiring to be a YouTube channel, having these extremely long intros, you know, with your name bouncing around the screen, is not exactly eye appealing to some players or viewers. To me, it's kind of annoying. It's very tacky. And then ones that are super long, unless it's like Game of Thrones or something, then obviously I'm not really entertained at all, and I just want you to get to the point. So that's me in the perspective as a viewer. So that I take that into consideration with my own intros, and I am in love with the one that I have right now. However, it will be changing in the future, and I don't know exactly when. We haven't really discussed it yet, but based on some previous or newly gained knowledge about YouTube, I need to start working towards branding myself away from Clash of Clans. Supercell doesn't necessarily need my help. They are a multi-billion-dollar company on their own, and my channel does not need to be branded around Clash of Clans. And so I need to separate myself as an entity of my own and work on a brand of my own. So that's going to be something that we're going to be working on in the future, guys. That does not mean that we're going to stop covering Clash of Clans. It just means that we're going to start working towards other goals and expansion of the channel, and seek growth, like actual growth, not this small growth that we've been seeing over the last couple of months. So we'll see how that works out in the future. This attack is wrapping up, and looks like some amazing work. And let me go ahead and scroll through some of these questions. A lot of chatter going on in this channel. I had to kind of clean that up a little bit. Let's see here. So Gavin asked, what is our favorite video that we've ever made? I'm going to go ahead and go to the next replay real quick. I think it is actually my replay. This is a awesome army if you want to try it out. for trophy pushing. This is a trophy base. This is a base that I see quite often in Legends League, so I used an army that I know instead of using something else to just kind of gamble with it. But anyways, back on the question of my favorite video so far that I've made is definitely the movie casting video. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast making that video. It was a very extensive edit, and I think I spent like 6-7 hours editing that video. But I loved the product. I was hoping that it would do more than what it did viewer-wise, but YouTube's probably still just punishing me for being away from for a year. I don't really know, but it's not doing as well as I thought it would do. Maybe it's the thumbnail. Who knows? I might need to start outsourcing for thumbnails. Anyways, and so that's going to be my favorite. I can't really answer for Fabi. I don't really know. She doesn't really watch a lot of my videos because she's not a large Clash of Clans player. She watches more crafting stuff. I mean, that's what she enjoys doing. She loves the Project Life stuff. So I know that she watches a lot of Project Life videos. So I can't really speak on what her favorite video would be with me. I guess probably the vlog that we did together, maybe. And then moving on, he asked also, what's my favorite song? I don't really know right off the top of my head. I'd have to come back to you on that question because I have a lot of favorites, and I have a lot of favorite genres. I like to listen to different stuff. I don't listen to the same thing all the time. Moving on to another question by Lau. Lulu or Lau, I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. She asked, what troop would you delete if you had to pick one, and which troop of the temporary event troops would you bring back? So this one's going to probably throw you guys off really bad. So I was thinking about this question a little bit, and if I had a choice of deleting a troop from the game right now, like completely removing the troop, I would have to say the bowler. Oh, I can only imagine your responses right now by that one. The bowler is that troop, ever since being introduced to the game, has just completely thrown this game into it's always been a slightly overpowering troop by the double bounce, being able to take out multiple buildings in a row from itself. And I think that if you remove that troop from this game, the entire game's dynamic would change dramatically. And not a little bit, but it would just completely throw everything off if you remove that one troop. Everybody would recover and have like some form or other strategy that they would fall back on, but the bowler itself would just it just changes the dynamic of the game completely. I believe. I really feel that way. If I were to bring one back, it would definitely be El Primo. So let's go ahead and exchange one overpowering troop for another, because El Primo was a lot of fun. But I think the way some of these troops that are introduced into the game for the temporary time frame it's just the way the game is made, where you're able to have housing space and more than one of that troop. I think that really kind of messes up the entire game on whether it's going to be balanced or not. El Primo was just a beast on beating down some walls and cutting through and tearing some stuff up. So I would definitely bring him back, but again, it's one overpowering troop for another. Let me go ahead and find another replay here, and let's show off Admiral's attack here. Looks like we got a 11. So this is a 12v11, so obviously a little bit of a dip attack. So Flagellant asked, what is your favorite thing about Clash? My favorite thing about Clash. It's not the game, though. Like the game is very... I don't know. It's strategic. You got to do some planning. You work together as a team, but those teams are extremely hard to build because everybody wants to try to build their own teams. And so it's definitely the people. The community is an interesting community. It's a fun community for the most part, but I do miss certain aspects of other games. I really and truly do. This game is not exactly as entertaining as you'd like it to be, at least for me. I can't really watch Clash of Clans for long periods of time. I get extremely bored. And that's just me personally. Like I prefer watching like shooter games. Like it's a lot more entertaining. Whether it's a streamer or a advertisement or something. I've always been a big fan of shooter games. But when it comes to actually making videos on the shooters games, I just never got into it, and that might be something that I might do in the future. I don't really know. But Clash of Clans, it's always been about the people that keeps me coming back. It's not necessarily the game itself, because there's nothing been really dramatically done to the game over the last couple of years that's really said, oh, wow, you know, I really like this game. Because, I mean, they did the ESL thing, but the ESL thing is really more driven towards extremely competitive players. Not everybody plays competitively. This is a pocket game. This is something you pull out on your phone and you do an attack and then you put your phone away. Like, it's funny, and this is kind of basing it off of some trends that I've been looking at. I've been looking at some game trends lately, and mobile games aren't trending as much as we think they are. I thought they were. I thought mobile gaming was like really high up there, but if you put it in comparison to PC gaming or console gaming, it's really, really low down on the bar graph, and I was like really kind of blown away by that. So it really kind of answers a lot of questions on why YouTube channels spend so much time trying to grow. They spend years, you know, pushing and trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, but you know, you'll see other channels that are doing other games that are exploding overnight, and it's because the game is more popular than these mobile games. So anyways, I think we got a live right here. Looks like we got a live. Looks like a dip attack. So FMC here going at it with a dip attack as well. So we'll watch that one in the background, and I'm going to finish it up with this final question. So we got one by Gavin. So Gavin asked a lot of questions, man. When Town Hall 13 comes out and you're not max, will you rush for more content? I think I'll be maxed out by the time Town Hall 13 comes out, to be honest with you. So I'm very close to being maxed out on the 12. I've got looks like archer towers and cannons. That's all that's left to upgrade, and then I got a couple of traps that have kind of fallen behind. The traps don't take long anyways, but the archer towers I've just started, and then the cannons will follow behind it, or in reverse order. I can't remember which way I started. And then I have walls, and walls have been going quickly because I'm up in Legends League anyways, and Legends League produces a lot of loot as long as you're able to take it. But if I was not maxed out by that time, I will not be rushing. I'm not going to rush for content. I can't see myself spending a lot of money like that. And it looks like I'm spending a lot of money when I do like the gemming videos and stuff like that. But 3,000 gems to gem the season pass only really costs about $20. So if you're looking to max out a base by gemming it, like kind of like Galadon does, he spends probably about $150 maybe on that, and I just don't have that kind of money to do that kind of stuff. So I probably won't be rushing like that unless it's something like majorly game changing. But based on the game itself and their past trends, I don't see anything that major coming out. Obviously it'd be a new Town Hall level, maybe some new troops. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't get my hopes up about this kind of stuff as much as I'd like to be optimistic about it. But unfortunately, the game itself hasn't really, in the past, given me a reason to say, oh my gosh, I got to spend a lot of money right now. So we'll see how it plays out in the future. But to answer your question, no, I will not be rushing in order to produce more content. I'll just go to one of my friends, like clanmates or somebody that does, and get content from them. But anyways, that's going to pretty much wrap us up for today, guys. I enjoy it if you've made it all the way through this video. It's, Sunday. It's kind of laid back, kind of the discussion piece, and not everybody cares to watch that kind of stuff, but I promised it, so I'll do it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you're located in the world. If you enjoy the content, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.